I'm not ashamed to stand up for justice. I'm not ashamed to speak out for truth. I'm out here, you know why? Because I am Sean Bell. I am Sean. We are all Sean Bell. We are all Sean Bell. Do you know how many times I'm a pastor of a church, how many times I was stopped, unjustifiably checked, humiliated, didn't do anything wrong. And don't you find it kind of strange that oftentimes these police harass, profile many of these young men, in particular young black men who are not doing anything? But don't you find it kind of strange that they never go into Howard Beach? Huh? They never go into Howard Beach. You had a criminal, John Gotti Jr., come on television, brag about his criminal activities and try to pump up Howard Beach. But you never hear of the police going into Howard Beach, busting those drug dealers in Howard Beach who are bringing drugs in our community. But yet the police can come into our community, arrest, kill, and murder many of our young men and women. You never hear of them going into Bensonhurst and challenging those criminals and those crooks. Because you know why? Because many people in the police department are part of that organization, if truth be told. Fire the police officers who killed Sean Bell, and I'm not afraid to say it. Many people are afraid to say it, but I'm not afraid to say it. There's a wall of silence in the police department. The criminal activity is a lot of criminal activity is at the core of the police department, and many of you know that I'm telling the truth. Many of you, and if you talk, I'm pretty sure you talk amongst one another, but many of you know I'm telling the truth. How is it that they don't go into Bensonhurst or Howard Beach? You tell me there's not drug activity going on there? Do you not go in there because it looks like a furnished neighborhood? But you let these sophisticated criminals walk through the streets and you know who they are, but when young men who are minding their own business like Sean Bell, who are going to get married, he's the one to get racially profiled and killed. And I'm here to say, fire the police who killed Sean Bell. Fire the police who killed Sean Bell. Our dear brother Sean Bell was unjustifiably killed by the police. The police shot down, murdered our young brother on his wedding day. And I'm here to say that the mayor and the police commissioner needs to immediately fire these incompetent police officers who killed Sean Bell. They should not have to wait for departmental hearings to fire the officers who killed Sean Bell. But you officers have a responsibility to speak up and not sit back. We don't pay our taxpayer dollars so that way you can be silent and there be a blue wall of silence when our young men and women are being unjustifiably killed. Don't you find it kind of strange that it was Amadou Diallo that was shot at 41 times and the officers got off? Don't you find it kind of strange? They said they thought his wallet was a gun. Don't you find it kind of strange that Timothy Stansbury, who was coming home from work, and yes, he wasn't supposed to be on the roof, but the officers said when he opened the door, they thought he had a gun and shot him. Don't you find it kind of strange that Patrick Dorsman, police officers approached him, undercover officers, to see if he was a person who took drugs and was participating in drugs, came up to him with drugs and asked him did he want to purchase marijuana, and Dorsman got upset and offended and told the cops to get away with him, and the cops thought that they were being threatened, and the cops unleashed bullets on Patrick Dorsman. Don't you find it kind of strange? They called Coppin, they said he had a knife in his hand, a young boy who was known to have mental disabilities, and the cops knew they could have handled the situation in a different way, and it wasn't like the kid was coming after him with a knife and they shot this young man down? Don't you find it kind of strange that you never hear this happening to young white men? Can you name 5 young white men on your hand that this has happened to, and I will resign as an activist in the community? In other words, what I'm saying is that's impossible, because it has never happened. You can't name 5 young white men who have been unjustifiably killed by the police. And we are here to say, fire the police officers who killed Sean Bell. And you know what? I'm not afraid to be out here. Whether I have 5 people with me, 10 people with me, 500 people with me, it doesn't matter to me. Because I'm out here to speak on behalf of a young man who had hopes and dreams and was killed by incompetent police. Fire the police who killed Sean Bell. Fire the police who killed Sean Bell. And this is not the end. This is only the beginning. And we plan to be back. And I'm calling on the police officers to exercise their conscience. Don't sell your soul for garbage. Don't sell your soul for garbage. Don't sell your soul for a position. Don't sell your soul for position of power. The question before you, are you going to be a man or are you going to be a wimp? That's the question. Are you going to be a man or are you going to be a wimp? The question before all you officers is not how you can get your pension, once when you leave the job and you stay on the job for a certain amount of years. The question before you is, what footprints will you leave on the sands of time? What marks are you going to leave on the canvas of life? That's the question. What is your purpose of being a police officer? What is your real purpose? Is it really to improve and make a better society? Because if that's what it is, you got to start within. You got to start within your own police organization. So the question before you today, are you going to be a man or are you going to be a wimp? Are you going to stand up for justice? Are you going to speak up for truth? Are you going to expose the lies that you hear your own police officers say from time to time? Are you going to be a man or are you going to be a wimp? That's the question before you today. And you have to make that decision. I'm here today to say, fire the police officers who killed Sean Bell. Fire the police officers who killed Sean Bell. Fire the police officers who killed Sean Bell.